Okay, so today we're talking about graphing absolute value functions. So there are functions that look like this. So you have f of x is equal to the absolute value of x. Okay, that's the basic function, the parent function. So let's figure out what this means. Okay, so remember when we're talking about function notation, f of x is your output and x is your input. So let's just make a table so you guys can kind of see how it behaves. Okay, so if I put in like a number for x, if I put in 1, what is the absolute value of 1? I put 1 in here, you know so absolute value 1, what does that give you? Positive 1, right? So I get 1 for f of x. If I put 2 in, I should get 2, right? If I put 0, I get 0. Absolute value of 0 is 0. So now let's try some negative numbers. What if I put negative 1? What is the absolute value of negative 1? That's 1, right? So I get 1. How about negative 2? I get 2, okay? So absolute value of negative 2 gives you 2. So f of x is 2 when x is negative 2. You guys see how that works? So you put in a negative number, you get a positive number. You put in a positive number, you also get a positive number. So it looks like this, right? So your graph at 0, 0, and then if I put in a positive 1, I get a positive 1. Put in a positive 2, I get a positive 2. Put in a negative 1, I get a positive 1. Negative 2, I get a positive 2. Okay, so this is what the absolute value function looks like. Okay. There you go. So that's it. That's your absolute value function. But that's the basic one. Just understand that it makes a V shape because it can't go in the negatives. Absolute value cannot be negative. So when you have f of x is equal to the absolute value of something, it can't really give you negative, right? So it just stays in the positive. Now that's not really the ultimate conclusion. It could be negative if things happen to that function. Okay, so there are things that they can do to your function to make it look different, right? So you have your function f of x is equal to the absolute value of x. That's the parent function. Now, they might do things like putting in numbers, say negative 2, x plus 3 inside the parentheses, and they want to add 4 outside. Okay, so we need to know exactly what these numbers do. Okay, so here, you always start with the number next to x inside the absolute value. Okay, so next to x inside the absolute value, that goes first, and that goes left or right. Okay, so depending on the sign of it, okay, it goes left or right. If it's positive, it goes left, and if it's negative, it goes right. So in this case, it's a positive 3. It goes left 3 units. You guys know how originally it starts at 0, 0, right? It goes left 3. So it could be here. All right, and then it goes, this number is next. So this number is going up or down. Okay, that causes your function to go up or down, and you look at it and say, oh, positive means it goes up, and negative means it goes down. Okay, so remember, take notes, guys. Write all these things down, so next time you see a function, you know what to do with those numbers. So this one is positive 4, so it goes up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so now this is the point of your graph. You guys know how it makes that V? Now this is the point of it. Okay, so start from the center. It goes left 3 because it's positive 3. It goes up 3 because it's positive 4. So left 3, up 4. Now that's the point. Now the number out here tells you. So originally it goes up like that, right? Like a V that way. But the negative sign, negative means it reflects. So reflects across the x-axis, or basically it turns it upside down. So now it goes like this. But then we also have to take this 2. This 2 is kind of like kind of like a slope. So 2 is 2 over 1. That means you rise over run, right? So it rises 2 and it runs 1. But we know that it's going down because of this negative symbol here. So it goes down like this. So the rise is actually going down, and the run is both sides because you know it's a V shape. So now I have my graph looking like that. Oops. Oof. All right. Wow, that's a beautiful graph. Okay, so that's my graph. All right. So remember, you start with the number next to x inside the absolute value. Positive means left, negative means right. Okay, so that's kind of like counterintuitive, you know. It's opposite of what you think it would be. And then the number in the back is up or down. Positive is up, negative is down. And then the number in front, if it's negative, it points down. If it's positive, it points up. And then the number there is the slope. So if it goes down by 2, basically it goes down by 2 and over 1. Both sides. Down 2 over 1 on both sides. Okay. Let's try another. I have f of x is equal to negative. Now let's actually make that positive. 2/3 x minus 2 x minus 5. Alright, so I always start with the one next to x, right? So negative 2, negative means go to the right 2. Right 2. So now I'm here. Remember, start from the origin, right 2. And then this is negative 5, so I go down 5 because it's negative. And I go down to 5. So now my tipping point is here. Okay. And then it's positive, so I know it points up. So it has to go up like this. And I have to look at the slope. Okay. Slope is 2/3. That means I go up 2 over 3. Rise 2, run 3. Rise 2, run 3. And I rise 2, run 3 the other way. Rise 2, run 3 the other way. So now it looks like this. There you go. That's my graph. Yeah, so number next to x, negative means right, positive means left. And then the number outside, negative means down, positive means up. And this number in front is the slope. If it's negative, it would have pointed down. It would have been down 2 over 3. But this one is positive, so it's up 2 over 3. Okay, one more. Negative 1/2 x plus 3. Oops. Minus 2. Alright, start with the one next to x. Positive means you go left 3. I'm here, and then the number back here, so this one goes left 3. This one goes down 2. So left 3, down 2. Now here is my tip of the graph. And then the number in front, negative, means points down. Or depending on how you think about it, but I just say that it reflects. Now it goes down like this, you know. And then the 1/2 is a slope. So that means rise 1, run 2. But I know it goes down, so instead of going up, I go down 1 over 2. Down 1 over 2. Down 1 over 2. Down 1 over 2. And now I'm here. So here's my graph. All right.